On the Democrat ticket this November for the Travis County DA's race is Jose Garza. He's a workers' defense project kind of guy. He is the right-hand man for Councilman Gregorio Casar. So that gives you an idea how deep and progressive he is. He's already said he wouldn't prosecute some of these cases where riots have happened and people have been arrested.
It's unthinkable.
Now, on the Republican side of the ballot is Martin Harry running against Jose Garza.
Yeah.
Martin Harry is on the phone with us right now on the Todd and Don Show. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Todd and Don. How are you?
We're doing great. Did you get a chance to hear Speaker Bonin and the governor yesterday and some of the ideas they have?
Yes, sir, I did. And I wanted to call in and express my support for the governor's proposals, but also express some concern that those proposals may be meaningless if we don't have a district attorney who's going to actually enforce them.
That's true.
I believe we need to protect those who protect us. There's some concerns about distinguishing between constitutionally protected conduct and criminal acts. But we already criminalize rioting in Texas. What the governor is proposing to do is simply to enhance it to a felony. So I think we've been able to make those distinctions, and we can continue to do so. We must make it a crime to riot and loot. And if we fail to enforce those laws, we're only going to encourage more of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give us an idea of, if you do win this election come November, what kind of DA's office would you run? What kind of DA would you be?
Well, I am committed to enforcing the law. It's not just laws that I prefer personally. It's the law as enacted by the representatives, duly enacted by the representatives of the people. It's what the people decide. My opponent, Mr. Garza, is proposing to pick and choose. He's going to subvert democracy. He's not really a Democrat. He's a democratic socialist endorsed and heavily supported financially by George Soros and other extreme ideologues. They are intent on not just subverting criminal justice, but our democratic system. I believe I am closer politically to the Democrats in Travis County than my opponent.
Interesting. How would you deal with homeless issues? I mean, there's a lot of people that feel that this city council has exacerbated the problem, which leads to more crime in some neighborhoods. How do you address that as a Travis County DA?
Well, I think just any casual observer can see that the policies that have been pursued by our public officials locally have failed. Instead of reducing homelessness, they've increased homelessness. It's become really a blight on our community. I think we need to restore the ban on public camping. There's no right to misappropriate public or private property. We need to set those boundaries. We need to provide a place for homeless individuals to live, and I think we need to do a better job of that as well. But when we have someone who commits a crime, we need to use that opportunity to identify those who have a mental impairment so we can offer them help to address it, so that there isn't the recidivism, the continued reoffending that we see going on. Our criminal justice system has failed to prevent the reoffending by individuals who are simply arrested and then released to reoffend without addressing the underlying mental health problem. It may be illness or drug abuse, drug addiction. That's the problem with my opponent is he's planning on not enforcing the law, and we're going to lose the opportunity to identify those individuals and offer them help. And they will get worse without treatment, and they will more than likely reoffend. And when people talk about the cost of enforcing these laws,
right,
what they fail to take into account is the cost of not enforcing the laws, the cost of the crime on the victims and the community at large.
The Travis County DA's office has been led by a Democrat for, forever, it seems like, decades. And previous DAs didn't cooperate with ICE. What kind of relationship would you have with Austin Police, Travis County Sheriffs, and Immigration Custom Enforcement?
Well, we're going to follow the law. I mean, as you know, the state required communities to cooperate with ICE and to comply with detainer requests. My opponent is planning on showing favoritism to individuals based on immigration status and not enforcing laws to obstruct federal enforcement of our immigration laws. I think that's wrong. We shouldn't discriminate either way. I'm not arguing that we should discriminate or treat illegal immigrants more harshly based on their status. I'm saying we should not take that status into account at all. favorably or unfavorably. So we will enforce the law. If it has immigration consequences, then it will have immigration consequences. But that's not something I'm taking into account one way or the other.
Martin Harry, Republican candidate for Travis County DA. Give us a website or a place where people can go to learn a little bit more about you.
My website is martinharryforjustice.com. I'm also on Facebook, Martin Harry for DA. I'm on Twitter.
Very good. Good luck, Mr. Martin Harry. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Todd and Don Show. I appreciate you calling in this morning. It is 8:41, and you could jump in here at 512-836-0590.
Just a hell of a lot of common sense.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, it's just it's just so simple.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of money behind him compared to the other candidates who's got the Workers' Defense Project and a variety of the union types, and pretty much has the support of the entire city council. Yeah. So he's Martin Harry has a big hill to climb.
Yeah, he does, and it just makes no sense to me. Everything he said there was spot on. It's obvious. It's common sense. It's what's best for all of us, and the fact that it is going to be such an uphill climb is bizarre.